The victims and survivors of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary on May 24th, 2022 deserve better.
Breaking now, Uvalde, Texas police failed in leadership, policymaking, and training during the 2022 school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, according to Department of Justice officials. Police failed to identify the gunman as an active shooter at Robb Elementary, where 19 children and 2 teachers were murdered, according to the nearly 600-page report. And it took more than 70 minutes for police to enter the room where the gunman was killing victims.
But within minutes of arriving inside the school, officials on scene transitioned from treating the scene as an active shooter situation to treating the shooter as a barricaded subject. This was the most significant failure.
Police had a complete breakdown in communication. At one point, parents of survivors were mistakenly told that their children were killed, and parents whose kids were murdered were falsely told that their children had survived. Happening now, lawmakers are racing toward votes on a continuing resolution that would extend government funding until mid-March. They must reach some type of a deal ahead of the weekend, or there will be a partial government shutdown. Further complicating matters, a winter snowstorm that could dump several inches of snow on Washington, D.C. And let me tell you, if there's one thing that Republicans and Democrats agree on, they do not want to be snowed in together and stuck working the weekend. House Republicans are moving ahead with impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for his handling of the border crisis. The White House is slamming the move, calling it unconstitutional, but Congressman Mike McCall, a Republican of Texas, says that a vote could come before January 31st. So what that means is that the House Homeland Security Committee would likely hold a vote on an impeachment resolution, the first step, within the committee on January 31st, which would send it to the floor of the House sometime in early February. It would be the first time that a cabinet secretary has been impeached since 1876.
I am scared as heck. Yeah. Which is why I'm traveling our country. We should all be scared. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was Vice President Kamala Harris earlier on The View, talking about the possibility of another Trump term. The Biden-Harris campaign is gearing up for a battle in 2024 against Trump, should he become the Republican nominee. But they may be getting some unlikely support. Republicans. The Hill's Brett Samuels reporting that the Biden re-election campaign is courting never-Trump Republicans to win over moderates. Former lawmakers like Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, Denver Riggleman, and former Trump communications director Anthony Scaramucci have emerged as some of the most vocal critics of Trump who are open to another Biden term. Those never-Trumpers helped get Biden to the White House in 2020 in swing states like Arizona, specifically in Maricopa County, John McCain country. And looking today at the Hill's decision desk, Trump and Biden are neck and neck nationally, with Trump ahead just by more than 1 percentage point. The U.S. launched their 4th round of military strikes against the Houthi terrorists in the Red Sea. The latest military action comes after President Biden redesignated the Houthi rebels as a terrorist organization after revoking that status when he took office. Meanwhile, Pakistan carried out airstrikes against Iran, which backs the Houthis. It comes as there's growing concern that the Red Sea conflict will spread to a wider war in Iran and Pakistan, as well as further into the region. Prince William was spotted visiting his wife and future Queen of England, Kate Middleton, in the hospital following a successful abdominal surgery. The news came shortly before it was announced that King Charles would also have surgery to correct a benign prostate condition. The King's surgery is slated for next week. The Princess of Wales is said to be doing well and will remain in the hospital for up to 2 weeks in order to recover. That's it for today's Daily Debrief. My name is Kevin Cirilli. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Hill's YouTube channel, and come back here soon for the intersection between politics and policy.